What's up, folks? So, I wanted to real quick talk about this new work that we got coming up for American Soil, American Soul. I wasn't sure that I was going to actually put the work in. I actually really wasn't even planning on working on it because I'm working on a different body of work. Woke up one morning um, and knocked it out by the end of the day. Like, just changed it up, got it done. Um, so let's go from start to finish because I want to tell you guys about the work, and just about the process because I think there was kind of a breakthrough right there. And y'all gonna pardon me, I got to follow my own notes. I'll be taking notes on my work, but so what even started me working on this new piece is called For My Son. And let me actually move it back for y'all. That way you can see the whole thing. There you go. So, For My Son, this piece right here, really what started it was Ashley spray painted gold on it and started kind of messing with it. And I was like, oh, okay, like, cool. And so ended up leaving myself a note about, messing with it just to document the process. And then one morning, I guess I just woke up and decided I wanted to kind of continue that process. And it was fun. I think this work was quite a bit of a breakthrough. The last thing that I needed to do to seal it, because on the bottom, it was actually, when I made this piece, it was, 3-4 years ago, give or take, I think. It might have been longer than that, about 3-4 years ago that I remember. No, it's probably closer to 5. Anywho, I have to check the date on the back. But this piece here was made on canvas, and my work, I did this when I started this style, and I was really, really early into the assemblage work that I was doing. And so the materials that I was making everything on, I also didn't have a whole lot of money at the time. So I was making stuff with what I had. And this, I happened to have a canvas at the time. I actually made this before my son was born. So yes, it is at least 4 years old, give or take 5, because it was before he was born. But hence the name For My Son. So I made it on canvas, just on a humbug. Turned out to be really good, but the original version of it, it was good then, and over the years, I kind of fell out of favor with it. Like, and then sat in my studio, got weathered and things like that, and just kind of diluted over time. Well, it sat hung, I put it back up, working around it, Ashley messed with it. So at that point, I was like, all right, let's keep going. In the years past, I've also learned a whole lot more about my style, my technique. I've been making artwork since I was a baby, since preschool. And so 30 something years later, you're always still developing and all of that on your style. And so over the years, I've kind of taken things, kept them, expounded on some things, and assemblage this particular type of work that I do in my own portfolio. It is not the most consistent because it's found object based. And so, when I'm out in the woods and things like that, I'm picking everything up and kind of collecting. So they take a long time to develop. And this one here was made, and it was really good when I liked it. But what ended up happening when I came in, I started thinking about the importance of, writing. Like, I don't necessarily, I wrote a lot for outdoor magazines. I don't as much anymore, but the honor and the privilege of having a voice, right? Like, that's important. It's important in Black culture. And so for me, I wanted to show that, of course, and continue to expound on that. But now for me, it's about songwriting. So I see the way that I was writing the For My right through here, I see that as another way, like the repetition of it in the linear, way it's going, even diagonal across the work. It's like lyrics to me. It felt real lyrical. And I'm in the process of, as I teach myself guitar and understand music and music theory, and kind of chase that, the parallel for me and the way that I understand it is through applying it to art, which is what I've always done my entire life. So it's just taking one language and making it familiar in another discipline. Um, and so I thought it was really cool to be able to, and I just like the visual way that For My looked, like the FOR and Y like slightly off to the side. And so I've done that. But then also, even the way that the paint can felt doing it, I'm using just old home Bear premium spray paint here. And, you know, I get a certain look and I get a certain look from those two types of paints. And I've used them for years. And so from there, I thought about melody, right? Like compiling a song, and the yellow SON, was really cool. And I kind of saw that as like melodies and things like that from like in electric guitar. There's shorter bursts of colors, pops and here and that, but they kind of work within the entire thing. And then where I would see a more rhythm from my acoustic guitar were the sun right here, the peach colored images right here. And even the way the SON looked there was interesting to me. So I liked how it was coming alive and starting to become something, of its own, something new, something fresher. Still pulling from my inspirations of Thornton Dial and Cy Twombly, in the use of language, but also the use of material. And that's something that I'm really, really, really pushing for. So, all of that, it's really cool to see how one artistic discipline helps inform another for me. And it's really played out in an older piece that needed quite a bit of a refresh. And so I'm hoping that I'm feeling up to it. I'm feeling like I want to show it at American Soul 3, coming up in Charleston, South Carolina, at the Norton and Hodges store. Shout out to Suzette. But it'll be on October 8th, 2025. So I'll put up the link and stuff like that, start registering pretty soon. But right now I'm working on getting all of these pieces out, man. So I hope y'all like it, and I'll do more of these, little recaps as I get more work done. I want to tell y'all about the pieces as we get closer to the exhibition. All right, folks, till next time.